Welcome to another episode of the Love Approach Project podcast. This is your host, Laura Gutierrez, and I want to thank you for being here with me today. Today, I would love to chat to you about something that has really resonated with me in the last few months. And it's something that I have been working on consciously and unconsciously for the last, I don't know, maybe like 15 years, perhaps, or even more. So, today, the topic is about rescuing. And I'm gonna put the title of here of this podcast is no one is going to rescue you. No one is here to rescue you. No one is gonna come to save you. And the sooner, the quicker we get to that conclusion, the quicker we also move forward. I think for many of us, depending on our cultural upbringing, on the belief system of our families and of our countries, depending on where you're coming from, we kind of all tend to believe that there's always someone that is gonna come and rescue us, especially if you have a religious background. I grew up in Colombia, a very Catholic country, so we always believed in the savior, right? The one that is gonna come and save us from all our troubles, our issues, our pain, our suffering. And interestingly enough, the savior never arrives, really. It's just an ideal that is outside of us, or that's the belief, right? It's something that is outside of us that is going to come and save us. Then the biggest shift in that paradigm is that the savior is within. The rescuer is within. And I would actually change the word rescuer to, I don't know if I'm going to make up a word here in English. Apologies. The empowerer. It's within. The wise one. I grew up, well, my in my life, I've had different situations in which, or that when I was growing up, actually, let's go back to when I was around 15, 16, when my family was starting to go through one of the most difficult financial situations we had, or the most difficult one, really, in which we lost everything, everything, all our material possessions, basically. Money, everything. There was really some days there was no money for a piece of bread. Seriously. And I hoped that someone would come and save us. Someone would come and rescue us. That someone would come and say, here's money for all of the things that you need to buy. Let me take away that pain that you're feeling. But that didn't happen. And life had to keep going, had to continue. And so, due to that experience, I developed this belief that I was owed somehow, that someone owed me that saving, that rescuing, because I had gone through so much pain. Someone owed me that. And I started to look for that. I started to look for that saving, that rescuing, that help, without realizing that what I was doing was disempowering myself over and over and over again. I hope that this is resonating at some level with you, because this applies to all of us. There are aspects in our life in which we feel that we need someone to come and help us, to come and rescue us, to come and do the work for us. I see this constantly in my work as a coach, as a healer. Oops, some background noise. Sorry. There's someone drilling somewhere. And the thing is that no matter how much we wait, no matter how deep the desire for being saved or rescued is, that help doesn't arrive in the way that we would like it. It might arrive in other ways. And this is when we've got to really draw from within ourselves our willingness to live, to live a life that is well lived, and to not wait until someone comes and rescues us from our pain, our suffering, the challenges that we're experiencing, the difficulties. We are responsible for the life that we create, for the life that we live. And so, waiting for someone to rescue us is actually giving our power away to someone else. It's like, oh, I'm just going to wait and I'm just going to put my desired life on hold until someone comes and helps me. Isn't it funny? I mean, it sounds, when you say it out loud, when I say it out loud, it sounds kind of ridiculous. Because we are the ones that can take action. In my work as a coach and healer, I've seen many people that come for sessions, that come for they even join me in some of my programs, or they come for a few sessions. And sometimes they reach a point of stagnation, or they reach a wall, because there are things that are difficult to face. There are actions that you don't want to take. And this is when we must resource from within, of our innate power, and go through the discomfort of taking those actions, of being consistent with certain work, of making the phone calls that we need to do, of forgiving ourselves, of forgiving others, of letting go, of changing perspectives, because those actions are going to help us move forward. So it's easy to stagnate. It's easy to stay in the same behaviors, patterns, circumstances, because it's comfortable. It's what we know. It's what you know, perhaps. But that means staying where you are. And if you are not aware, or staying put, basically, and if you're not aware of that, you're always going to wait and hope that someone comes and changes that for you. And today, I would love to share with you from my own experience as a human being and as a coach, and someone who works with people in their own process of self-discovery and healing, that's not going to happen. No matter how many coaches you see, how many healers, psychologists, counselors, you are the one who makes the change. You're the one who takes action. You're the one who moves forward. No one is going to do it for you. There is something that is very important for us to be mindful of be aware of. And it's that sometimes we stay where we are in the circumstances where we feel like a victim, or we feel that we can't do anything about a situation, because it's easier. It's what we know. And so once we are there, and if we've been in that situation for a long time, it's even easier to stay in that, because it becomes, in a way, comfortable. It becomes, in a way, familiar. And doing the opposite, or stepping out of that, is super scary. So one of the ways in which you can actually start taking responsibility for your life and changing the circumstances and situations in your life is by little facing the unfamiliar, becoming friends with the unfamiliar, with the unknown. I don't know if you've been following me lately. You perhaps have seen that I'm doing ice baths and more breath work and stuff like that. And it's because those things are safe ways of experiencing uncertainty, of experiencing unfamiliarity, of expanding the comfort zone. When you consciously choose uncertainty, when you consciously choose the unfamiliar, you are consciously also moving forward. You are letting go of the constraints of the known, and the known can be being like a victim, being in a situation that you don't like, that you feel uncomfortable in, comfortable but uncomfortable, of being in pain for some reason, holding on to the past, so many things. So Consciously experiencing uncertainty is going to help you move forward, but that requires one thing, and is the choice of doing that, the choice of facing the unfamiliar. So I think I've been saying so many different things and perhaps not being very clear or pinpointing what I would love to communicate with you today, or communicate or share with you today. And it's that number one, no one is going to rescue you. Number two, you are your own empowerer instead of rescuer. And for that, you need to choose, or you can choose to take action, to take an action that will help you move forward. However, sometimes that can be scary. And so the solution to that is number three, experiencing uncertainty consciously, little by little, by doing things that feel unfamiliar to you. So if you put into practice those three things that I just summarized to you, or become aware of those three things, you're going to feel and notice that your life starts changing little by little, because you are taking charge of your life, because you are expanding your comfort zone, and because you're letting go of the status quo of what you knew your reality to be. There's a caveat here though, and it's that if you are too comfortable in your pain, you might not want to move away from it. No matter what others do for you, no matter what beautiful life you can see on the other side of the fence, if you are too comfortable in your pain and in your suffering, you might want to stay there. And so the invitation today is to become very, very honest with yourself about the things that you are afraid of doing, the actions that you haven't taken yet, and asking yourself why you haven't. Being super honest with yourself, brutally honest with yourself. You don't need to share that with anyone. And once you get to that place of honesty and realize what's your part in it, what's your part in your life not changing, then you will be able to consciously choose to either stay there or move forward. The choice is always yours. It's always yours. That's the beauty of this process. So what is it going to be for you? Are you going to stay where you are, or are you going to move forward? And so if you're ready to move forward, I would love to invite you to book a discovery call with me. If you are looking for someone to support you, to cheer you in your journey of self-discovery and self-empowerment, I'm here for you. I'll leave you the link in the description of this podcast. And once again, thank you for being here, for listening, for being curious, for having an open mind and an open heart. I really appreciate you. I send you a very big kiss, a very big hug, a heart-to-heart hug. And I will see you in our next episode in 2 weeks' time. Lots of love. If you have any questions, always please, I'm always available, so just email me or text me or just find me on Instagram. I forgot to mention that you can also book your discovery call on my website, theloveapproachproject.com, or on my Instagram at theloveapproachproject. You will find a link there. Okay, this is it for now. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching. I hope you found value in today's episode. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel. And if you would like to follow me and everything we do at the Love Approach Project, I invite you to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Our handle is at the Love Approach Project. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Bye for now.